Mode. Noun. Manner, way, or method of doing or acting. A particular form, variety, or manner. Current or customary fashion or style. The particular form or manner in which an underlying substance is manifested. Any of numerous patterns of wave motion.
Welcome back, everyone, to Let's Play Mode. Last time, we entered the Mode event, the party of the year, and we spoke to a couple people. Neither of those conversations went well, and we're currently on the lookout for a dome, the sign that shows that we were invited here. We saw a stage show at the end of the last video. It's quite impressive, and as these people wait for the next show, we could try to talk with them, but none of them seem interested in conversation. I guess you're just too enthralled with what's going on the stage to talk to us, so let's continue on. Alright, here's someone we can speak to. He has his back to us, but we can try to start a conversation.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm working on this machine. Just look around, there are lots of free terminals.
Alright, he seems busy. He's doing something on that terminal right there, though we can't really see what it is. He doesn't seem to be very interested in speaking to us, but he was kind of polite, even though he was brushing us off, so the chat decided that we should give him some blue. Just shrug it off and match his indifference with our own.
What's that? I'm sorry. I wasn't paying attention at all. I'm kind of Mr. Fix-It around here, and I've just got to configure this machine for... Anyways, you'll have to excuse me.
Alright, this guy is the first person we've met that isn't a guest here. He actually works for the event. And I would assume then works for Veto Brevis. He appears to be some kind of tech support, working on getting the Mode event working. So perhaps he can tell us something about getting a dome, since he is an employee. The chat decided that we should be friendly and give him some green.
Hey, if you've got a dome, put it on. If you don't, you're in big trouble. I saw Tuba around here a minute ago, and if he sees you, he'll toss you for sure. Oh, I'd give you one, but I don't have any. I gave them all to Riel about an hour ago. You know Riel, part native, dark hair. Go find him, I think he's in the back. Do it now.
So, he's the first one who has noticed that we're not wearing a dome. And like he said, if we're not wearing a dome, we could be thrown out if we run into someone named Tuba. And that sounds like someone we don't want to meet. He also said that he gave his domes to someone named Rial, and maybe we could get some domes from that person, so we should probably try to find that Rial. So, the chat decided that our main priority right now should be to find a dome, and we should cut this conversation short, which we can do. We don't always have to respond with the mood bar. We can just go to the side of the screen and leave the conversation if we want to go do something else. We can always do that with any conversation. However, once we do that, this conversation will end and we will not get the chance to start it up again. This person will leave. He might show up later on in the game, but for right now, we'll lose the chance to talk with him. However, the chat thought that we should get going for a dome because we don't want to risk being thrown out.
People asked me what was worn under my kilt. I said nothing. It's all in very good condition.
What the heck was that? I thought I was the clown here. Balloon animals aren't so hard to make. Watch this. Okay, watch. Watch. Snake.
So I guess that was one of the examples of the high fashions that we'll be seeing at the Mode event. Though as far as a performance goes, I can't say that was as good as two women putting a sheet on another woman. That did not hold up. Alright, the person we were talking to is gone since we ended that conversation, and now the terminal that he was standing at is open. So we can take a look at what he said he was working on here. So this is the Mode machine. The Mode machines are scattered around the room, and with the machines we can play the game. How do we play the game? It's really not clear. We can click on the letters appearing on the screen to spell out any anagram of mode, M-O-D-E. We can also click on the computer lady to hear her say things.
The dome is the diadem. The dome. Do you suffer mode swings? Who do you want to do? Do you want to do you? Do you want to do me? Will you do me a favor? Will you do me the honor? Will you do me in?
You may notice a lot of sentences with the words do and me, because those words make the word dome, which is an anagram of mode. The game likes to do little word plays like that involving mode.
What would you like to see me do?
We can click on the letters to go to other screens in the game. Again, this time we can click on numbers to get the letters. We can also click on these yin-yangs.
Veto, veto, infinito. Infinito, veto, veto.
That wasn't the computer lady. That was another lady altogether.
What mode are you in? Mia mode machine. Hippest chick on the computer screen. Click her now and watch her scream. Mia mode machine.
Yeah, there are a few of these things. A number of video clips we could watch, but
Mia mode machine.
I already said that.
Hippest chick on the computer screen. Click her.
Alright, here's another screen we can look at. Yeah, there are a number of video clips in here we could look at, but I assume that we'll be coming back to the machine a few times throughout the game, so we'll have a chance to see more of them later.
Through the doors of conception lie the domes of defeat. If you had seen me do half the things that I've done, you'd only know the half of it.
So far, we haven't seen any of the people that we're seeing in this machine.
I extemporize exemplary epiphanies. I eulogize with euphemisms, euphonious and euphoric.
Let's try another screen. Alright, this is probably the easiest one to get letters because nothing's moving.
Therefore the Lord God sent him forth from the Garden of Edom to till the ground from which he was taken. The digital data rate determines the definition of the display of this dreadfully drone diversion. This mode ain't big enough for the both of us. Blind, deaf, and domed.
There's not too much indication what we're supposed to do in the mode machine. All we can really do is click on letters and make different variations of the letters MODE, but none of it seems to do anything. And we can watch these video clips of people that we have not seen yet. There's one other thing that we can do here. There's a button in the corner here that we can press.
I don't know if you believe in ghosts.
I mean, I could be the devil in disguise.
Fear can be a great motivator. I don't know, is there something wrong with having a career?
Don't you like to hang around good-looking people?
I will listen to you with an open mind.
I'm worth the effort. I really am.
Man, it takes the edges off.
I'm just taking baby steps.
I wonder where you fit in.
Right, it seems that mode actually was meant to be some kind of gateway to a website called Club Mode, which seemed to be some kind of online web-based game, maybe with some social aspects to it. I don't know much about it. It's, of course, not up anymore, though I think you can probably still access it with the Wayback Machine. But thinking about it, that's really quite forward-thinking of Mode, to integrate some kind of web game, some kind of social aspects into this, considering this is 1996. Games doing that kind of thing, it's kind of old hat now, but, you know, back in the 90s, that really wasn't something that anyone was really doing. I guess it was maybe a bit too ahead of its time, since it probably didn't last for very long. Right now, that's all we can do with the mode machine. There's really no indication what we're supposed to do with it at all. But it's here, and there are a few terminals throughout the party that we can access that all lead to the same thing, but maybe we should come back to this every so often, just to see if we can figure out maybe that there's something we need to do with it. Right now, let's keep walking around. Alright, in the back there, that's the hallway that we entered the party through. If we go back there, the game actually automatically ends, because we go through the elevator and leave the party. And that's a choice we can always make. You know, if we decide that we don't like the party, we can leave. We can end our own story. There's really no point to doing that, because there's no different kind of ending that you get for doing it. The game just ends. But still, it's kind of nice that they give you the choice to be able to leave the party yourself, if that's what you want to do. None of these people we can talk to, however, there is a door marked private. Yeah, we can head backstage at the mode event. The doors with the stars are locked, but this door is open. Looks like a dressing room, however, there's no one back here right now. Doesn't seem that anything's going on. And this door is open as well.
No, they didn't show up. Yes, it was a featured act, you know, that's right. It was a whole circus thing with the contortionists and chainsaws, you know, those guys swinging things from body parts, you know. Well, I thought you were supposed to be booking this stuff for me. Well, I don't care how inflamed it is. You could at least make a few phone calls. Well, yeah, I'm filling with a whole lot of local stuff. Well, I thought you and Veto had a relationship. Well, yeah, well, I hate him too, but this is business. Like, I gotta go. Yeah, well, the same to you, and I hope it festers. I'm up to my naughty bits in the most insanely organized show I've ever been involved with. 2 minutes to my next runway catastrophe if I don't get back there and hold their wet little hands, and I have no idea who in the hell you are supposed to be. Now, how do you think that makes me feel?
Alright, someone else we can talk with. However, he looks like he's the most high-strung person we've met yet at the mode event. He also is not a guest. He looks like he's the manager here. He's the one who's putting the party together. However, he's not Vito Brevis. He did say on the phone that he hated Vito. But it looks like that he, as far as putting the show together, seems to be the guy in charge. So the chat thought that we should probably be try to be friendly to him. He doesn't seem like he would react well to any sass right now.
Okay, well, and now that I'm all warm and tingly, what am I supposed to do about it? Do you have some specific reason for bothering me? No, let me guess. You're a reporter for Vanity Fair, and you've come here to do a big feature on me, right?
So he asked us a specific question this time. Are we a reporter from Vanity Fair, here to do a feature on him? The chat, being liars, decided that yes, we are from Vanity Fair, and we're here to talk to him.
Well, do you know all about my rare parrot collection? My childhood trauma with the turkey baster, my ABBA infatuation? Well, I bet you've interviewed all the famous people.
Yeah, I guess he's not buying it. Very sarcastic guy. But at least he's not throwing us out yet, so that's a plus, even though we appear to be barging in on him. The chat thought that we should keep going green and just try to get anything out of him, because he seems like he's alright, even though he's a bit tense, but I guess he is in kind of a tight situation right now.
You remind me of a good friend I had from many years ago. No longer with us, I'm sorry to say, but you got the same sense of humor. I remember one time, we ran out on stage during one of the big chorus scenes in Les Miserables. To this day, I still wonder if anybody in the audience noticed the two French peasants with the Mapplethorpe t-shirts. Those are great times. We fished on the Rhine. We swam in the Nile. Now look at me.
I think that we hit upon something there. This conversation got a bit deeper than I thought it was going to go. But why do we keep reminding people of dead friends? The chat thought that we should try to continue this line of conversation and go green.
I know. Thanks. I do the best with what I've got. And sure, it could be worse. It could be waiting tables for that bastard Plato's joint. Or I could have taken that job with that dance company from Moose Jaw, and right now I'd be doing Brecht and Lumberjack Drag. Or I could have taken that PA job with that guy from Vancouver, and right now I'd be doing art direction for Hollywood Pictures and living on the beach and pulling 6 figures. And, oh, God. I don't deserve the breaks I've missed. I don't. Oh, no, you've got me talking. I've missed it. They'll be terrible. It'll be a disaster. Like, get out. Now.
Alright, I guess he was serious that time because he threw us out of his office. However, we could try to head back in.
No, I tell you, I couldn't believe it. No, I'm not kidding. She was actually wearing it with the hanger still in it. She thought it was some sort of high-tech statement. What? Just a minute. No. You are nothing but a distracting and disruptive influence on what is already a disastrous and destructive situation, and I can see that I'm going to have to lock this door no matter what the fire marshal has to say about it. Goodbye.
I guess he was serious that time. Yep, the door's locked. We seemed friendly enough, but was just too busy to talk with us. But it looked like that we hit upon some sensitive memories as we were chatting with him, and we reminded him of his dead friend. Also, probably the best actor in the game. But we didn't get his name. Let's head back out to the floor. Alright, let's, well, we could try try this exit right here. It just leads to a balcony. Nothing out there right now. Just empty space. But remember, perhaps we should remember it's there. Alright, no one here, and oh, we're back here.
Hey! I'm going to talk to you a little bit about TV shows. I watched a lot of cartoons when I was a kid. Charlie Brown, that was a great cartoon, that cartoon, Charlie Brown. You know what I couldn't understand about Charlie Brown? All these kids are failing school, you know? And I thought about it, and I finally figured out why. And I'm sure you don't need me to tell you this, okay? Because if anybody got up in class and went, could you just repeat the third question? And your teacher starts going, more, I'd be failing school too, all right? My teacher's a trombone, that's why I got an F, all right? Man. So you guys having a good time, yes? All right, listen, there's plenty more to come. Stick around, and I'll be back in a little bit, all right? Thanks.
Every day, I get up in the usual way. I do my nails, I do my hair. I try to think of something fabulous to wear. But the devil's in my lipstick.
Yes.
The devil's in my food processor. Ooh. The devil's in my freezer.
I hear him.
He wants to touch me with his bony fingers.
I'd say that performance is a step above two women putting a sheet on another woman. It's the best I think we've seen so far, and it's more along the lines of what type of performances I think that we might expect from the Mode event. Hopefully the future ones can live up to that. There's still no one around. Oh, those two are still having problems. We haven't been here before. There's a desk in the middle of the room and someone's sitting at it. Looks like that person would be pretty important, you would think. So let's go have a chat with him.
What is it? I don't know you. You haven't got a dome. If I don't know you and you haven't got a dome, then that means you're crashing my party. And while that makes you fascinating, it also makes you potentially dangerous. I like that. But get a dome, or I'll have Tuba throw you out.
Alright, so from what he said, you can probably figure out that this is the host of the party, Veto Brevis. He doesn't like that we don't have a dome. It makes us dangerous, which he does like, but we still need to get a dome. The chat thought that we should probably cut this conversation off because it would follow that if there was someone who was going to have us thrown out, it would be the host. So it was decided that we should just leave and perhaps head back when we do have a dome. So this is all that we spoke to Veto for right now. Oh, here's the dance floor at Mode. We can watch people dancing. What, not all at once, silly? Of course not. What, this works just as well? If you can't have everyone on screen dancing at once in one big video, this works, right? I kind of like to know the thought process that led to this. You just gotta really want to show the people dancing at Mode, but you can't get the video large enough to show everyone at once. So this is the solution you come up with. We can come back here to watch people dancing all throughout the event if we want. Oh, Vito's gone. So like I said, if we end a conversation, the person does leave. And Veto might be showing up later, but for right now, we don't get the chance to go back and start that conversation over again. So that's something to consider when talking to people in Mode. Alright, we can head behind that desk. Yeah, to the bar. No one here. And here's someone we can talk to. There's someone who seems to be sitting on what looks like some kind of a folded-up gurney.
You're not invited.
Oh, this started out very unfriendly. He knows that we don't have a dome, pointed out that we're not invited. The chat was torn as to whether or not we should talk with him or walk away. There just couldn't seem to be consensus on what we should do here. Is this guy going to be likely to have us thrown out, call Tuba over? We haven't seen Tuba yet. Or should we risk trying to talk with him? Well, since the chat couldn't come to a decision, it came to me, and the decision of the coin was that we should cut the conversation off. Don't risk it. Don't talk to him. Just leave until we get a dome. Was that the right decision? Well, no way of knowing, unless we play the game multiple times. But for right now, we're leaving. Alright, and now we have a terminal and someone else here who we can talk to.
The immersion, it's helical, it's regressive. The DMT is reintegrating with the pyroglutamate to create a kind of elastic envelope that is causing me to blur and tatter around the edges. It's like the shadow of lightning on mica. It's like... Are you trying to get my attention?
Kimberly, what are you doing here? And alive. And not in Canada. Now, it's not Kim, but talks a lot like her. This conversation is actually going to be a little bit longer than what we've had before, so I think right now is probably a good time to end this video. Next time we'll pick it up, chatting with this woman who is asking if we're looking for her attention. We weren't, but it looks like that we have it now. And next time, we'll see what we can do with that, and see where it goes, and if it has anything at all with getting a dome. See you next time.